Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Bo's Slow English. In today's episode, I'm going to speak at this speed, which is not too slow and it's not too fast. It's somewhere right in the middle. And today's topic is all about friends. This topic was submitted by an awesome subscriber, and I'm very excited to talk to you guys about my dear friends. Before we get started, please like my video to show your support, and please click subscribe. I should probably introduce myself, by the way, because some of you may be new to my channel. My name is Bo. Hello! Welcome to my channel. My goal is to teach you English so that you feel so confident. Maybe 1 year from now, you will feel so confident that you and I can have a conversation and you will not be shy. That's the goal. I love my friends. Have you ever heard of the phrase, it's all about quality, not quantity? Quality over quantity means that you are okay with having good, high quality things versus having a lot of those things. I hope that makes sense. So, for this topic in particular, I don't have a lot of friends, but the friends that I have are high quality. I value them very much. There might be several vocabulary words that you're going to learn in this lesson that may be difficult to describe by showing you a picture. So I'm just going to do my best to describe it in simple terms. What's really important for me in a friendship is honesty. Honesty and trust. I think both go hand in hand, which means both are a requirement. And who wants to have a dishonest friend that you can't trust? Nobody does. So my friends, I trust everything with. I can tell them my secrets. I can share private details about something going on in my life, and I trust that they will keep their mouth shut if I ask them to. And also, in return, if they are asking me to do the same, if they want to share private information with me, they can absolutely trust me. Honesty is something that you don't always come by. Come by is a phrasal verb meaning you don't always encounter it. And I learned to keep my guard up. This is an idiom, which means to protect myself and be wary or to be aware of other people and their actions and how it affects me. Another characteristic of a strong friendship, in my opinion, is loyalty. Loyalty means that you support your friends. And when things go bad or when things go sideways, which is an idiom meaning when things go bad, your friends stick by your side. To stick or stick by your side is a phrasal verb, which means that they are beside you, that they are not leaving you. Loyalty is important because going back to trust, it shows you how much you can trust someone, and it also makes you feel safe in your relationship. Another requirement for me in order to have a strong friendship or relationship is kindness. And the kindness needs to be genuine, and it needs to be non-transactional. What this means is if someone had a transactional relationship, they would show kindness only because they want something in return. That is not true kindness. That is selfishness. And you should not have transactional relationships. It's really tiring. Kindness also means that they care about your feelings and that they are not mean to you. I remember when I was really young and I wanted to have a lot of friends, and especially other girls growing up, they weren't always nice. And me being a people pleaser, I tried to push their meanness to the side because I wanted to gain their friendship. People pleaser. Have you ever heard of this term? This is a great term. It means that you go above and beyond to make someone else happy without thinking about the consequences of how it affects you. And most of the time, the term people pleaser has a negative connotation. A negative connotation means that it is a word or phrase, and the underlying tone of it is not positive. So to call someone a people pleaser, or if I say I'm a people pleaser, that is not a good thing. Although my actions may show that I really care about someone, so I'm going to do something to make them happy, I may not be thinking about myself. So it's a weird relationship to have. In a way, it's transactional. Remember when I just talked about that? Because if I am people pleasing or doing something to please someone else that I know I really don't want to do, my gut is telling me I don't want to do it, but I still do it, it's not a good thing. So be careful if you're a people pleaser. I'm actually learning. I'm now 36. I will be 37 in September. And I am just now understanding how often in my life I am trying to please other people instead of thinking about my happiness. So I know that a lot of my YouTube subscribers are between the ages of 25 and 35, I think. I think that's where most of my subscribers are. I would like to teach you this valuable lesson, which is don't people please. You will feel miserable if you try to make everyone happy. Even when I was a hairstylist, I had many clients, but some clients were never happy. And part of the reason is because not only were they never happy with my haircut or color that I would give to them, they just were not happy individuals. So what's the point in trying to please them and everyone? Just stay true to yourself and don't forget about what your gut is telling you. Do you know what I mean by your gut? I don't mean your belly. I mean your initial reaction in your body. What does it tell you? If the initial reaction in your body is not positive, do not resist it. Listen to your body and do what's good for you, but look out for other people. Look out is a great phrasal verb. It means to be aware or mindful of your surroundings. Another characteristic that is extremely important for me is respect. When you and your friend respect each other, you do not make fun of each other. You do not judge each other. To judge someone means that you have a personal opinion about something that they are experiencing or that they told you about, but it's not your place to have opinions. When someone, a good friend, is telling you something, anything at all, just listen. Try not to speak before they finish speaking, because that is disrespectful. So respect is extremely important. And lastly, but not really lastly, because there's so many characteristics that I look for in a friendship, but lastly for this video is fun. Your friend has to be fun. That's the point of having connections and friends and friendships and relationships. It's to take your brain away from all the serious things in your life. Work is usually serious. There's not a lot of fun in life these days because people in general are inundated, which is flooded. That's difficult, sorry. Inundated means a lot comes to them. When you are inundated with something, too much of something is happening. So, too much stress, too much anxiety. So, friends bring joy, laughter, fun into your life. And if they don't, if they make you feel anything but fun, I recommend to think about why they are in your life. what are you benefiting from? Because you should be having fun, more than you think. Most of my closest friends are the friends that I grew up with on the East Coast of the US. So Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., those are where my closest friends live. However, since I've moved to the West Coast, and I've been here since 2009, when I was only 20 years old, figuring out life, I have built really meaningful, strong relationships. And each of my friends, although they are vastly different, vastly means wide, very, like a big difference, they all have a common denominator, which means they all share similar characteristics. And it's everything that I mentioned in this video. So I hope you have some really close friends like that. Why don't you send them a text after you watch this video and say, "Hey, just thinking of you. How are you? How's everything? Let's hang out. Let's get a coffee. Let's get together." These are all great ways to communicate to your friend and to tell them that you are thinking about them and that you'd like to check in with them. Check in this particular instance means you are following up on them. Following up is also a phrasal verb. Phrasal verbs are really difficult to explain because us native English speakers, we just say it all the time. But checking in is like saying hello. That's the easiest way to explain what checking in means. If you liked this video, and if you would like to sound and speak like a native English speaker, I have a phrasal verb ebook in my store. I will put the link below. I also have Slang eBooks, and currently I have a special price available for 3 ebooks. One is about relationship and love, one is about workplace, and one is about everyday English slangs. So if you're interested, the link is below. If you find my videos to be useful and valuable, you can join my membership to have early access to my videos. I also will post under our community tab behind the scenes photos and videos and some private lessons just for members. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please share this with any of your friends, and I will see you next time. Bye!